In the small village of Shirdi, a humble saint named Sai Baba lived a life of remarkable simplicity. His home was a dilapidated mosque, which he lovingly called Dwarakamai. He owned very little, possessing just a few essential items: a begging bowl, a short stick called a satka, and a simple cloth bag. He did not seek wealth or fame. His true treasure was his connection to the divine and his endless love for all beings. His days followed a simple routine, a rhythm of service and spiritual practice that drew people from all walks of life to his feet, seeking solace and wisdom in his presence. He was a living example that greatness is not found in possessions, but in the purity of one's heart and actions. Baba's daily life was a lesson in humility and detachment. He would wake early and spend time in quiet contemplation, his mind always fixed on the Supreme Being. Later, he would go on his begging rounds, collecting food from a few chosen houses in the village. This was not because he was poor or helpless, but to teach his devotees the importance of annihilating the ego and accepting what is given with grace. The food he collected, whether fresh or stale, was mixed together in his earthen pot. It was then shared with his devotees and even the animals that roamed around the mosque, a beautiful symbol of his belief that all are one family under the eyes of God. The Dwarakamai was more than just a shelter. It was the heart of Shirdi. Within its crumbling walls, Baba maintained a sacred fire called the Duni, which he kept burning day and night. The ash from this fire, known as Udi, was believed to possess miraculous healing powers. Baba would give this sacred ash to his visitors as a form of prasad, a blessed gift. It was his medicine for both physical ailments and spiritual suffering. Through this simple act, he demonstrated that faith is the most potent remedy, capable of curing illnesses that even the most skilled doctors could not, reminding everyone of the divine power that resides within simple, consecrated things. The atmosphere around Baba was one of profound peace and unconditional love. He was like a loving father to everyone who came to him, regardless of their background or beliefs. He listened to their worries, offered them guidance, and protected them from harm. In his presence, people found their burdens lifted and their hearts filled with a newfound sense of hope and tranquility. His life was a testament to the idea that true spirituality is not about complex rituals or grand philosophies, but about living a life of simplicity, service, and unwavering faith, making the divine accessible to every single person who sought it. One of the most astonishing stories about Sai Baba's life involves his unique and miraculous bed. For many years, Baba did not sleep on the ground or on a comfortable cot like ordinary people. Instead, he chose to rest upon a narrow wooden plank, merely a few inches wide and a few feet long, suspended high up from the rafters of the mosque. This plank was held up by old tattered strips of cloth, so flimsy that it seemed impossible they could support the weight of a grown man. It was a sight that defied all logic and left his devotees in a state of complete and utter awe. This was not just a bed. It was a daily demonstration of his yogic powers and his complete mastery over the physical world. Every night, Baba would ascend to this precarious resting place, seemingly without any ladder or support. No one ever saw how he got up there or how he came down. He would simply be seen resting peacefully on the plank in the dead of night, a serene figure suspended between heaven and earth. The devotees who witnessed this marvel were filled with wonder. They would whisper amongst themselves, trying to comprehend how their beloved Baba performed such a feat. Was he as light as air? Did he fly? The mystery only deepened their faith, reinforcing their belief that Sai Baba was no ordinary fakir, but an incarnation of God, a divine being living amongst them. One day, curiosity got the better of the villagers. They gathered in the mosque during the afternoon when Baba was away, wanting to see the plank up close and understand its secret. As they stood below, gazing up at the flimsy rags and the narrow piece of wood, they were filled with a mix of skepticism and wonder. How could anyone sleep there without falling? The sight was so incredible that it challenged their understanding of reality itself. It was a physical manifestation of Baba's spiritual prowess, a clear sign that he operated on a plane of existence far beyond the comprehension of ordinary mortals, where the laws of nature were subject to the will of the divine. This period of sleeping on the suspended plank came to an end, but the story of his incredible bed became an immortal legend. The The miracle was not just about the physical act of sleeping on a plank. It was a profound teaching. Baba showed his followers that with complete faith and mastery over the self, the impossible becomes possible. He demonstrated that a true yogi is not bound by the limitations of the body or the physical world. This story continues to inspire millions, reminding them that their Sadguru possessed powers beyond imagination, and that his protection and grace are just as real and powerful today as they were then. Sai Baba's mission on earth was beautifully simple, yet profoundly impactful, to bring people together and show them the path of love. He lived in a mosque but was revered by Hindus as a saint. He often quoted from both Hindu scriptures and Islamic texts, effortlessly blending their core teachings. He would say, "Sabka Malik Ek," which means everyone's master is one. This was his central message, a powerful call for unity in a world often divided by religious differences. He never asked anyone to change their religion. Instead, he encouraged them to be better Hindus, better Muslims, better Christians, and better human beings by following the true spirit of their own faith. His compassion knew no boundaries and extended to all living creatures. People from every caste, creed, and social standing flocked to Shirdi, bringing with them their worldly troubles and spiritual questions. Baba welcomed them all with an open heart. He healed the sick, comforted the grieving, and guided the lost. He saw the divine spark in everyone, whether they were rich or poor, learned or illiterate. His Dwarakamai was a sanctuary where a Hindu priest could sit beside a Muslim fakir, sharing a space of mutual respect and devotion. Baba was the common thread that wove them all into a single tapestry of love and brotherhood. Baba's method of teaching was unique. He often used parables, stories, and even his own actions to impart profound spiritual truths. He taught that service to humanity is service to God. He encouraged his devotees to feed the hungry, help the needy, and care for the sick. He himself lived this teaching every day by sharing his begged food with all who were present. He demonstrated that true worship is not confined to temples or mosques, but is practiced through acts of kindness and selflessness in our daily lives. His life was a continuous sermon on love, forgiveness, and the importance of seeing God in every person we meet. This mission of uniting hearts continues to be his greatest legacy. In a world still grappling with religious intolerance and conflict, Sai Baba's life stands as a brilliant beacon of hope and harmony. He proved that the essence of all religions is the same, to love God and to love his creation. By focusing on this shared truth, he helped people look beyond the superficial differences that divide them and recognize their shared identity as children of one universal Father. Following his path means embracing this spirit of unity and treating every individual with the same love and respect that Baba showed to all. The core of Sai Baba's teachings is an invitation to a life of inner peace and fulfillment, a path that is remarkably simple and accessible to everyone. He did not ask for complex rituals or difficult penances. Instead, he prescribed two fundamental principles for spiritual progress: Shraddha and Saburi. Shraddha means having unwavering faith and trust in your Sadguru or spiritual teacher. Saburi means having patience and perseverance, especially during difficult times. Baba assured his devotees that if they held firmly to these two virtues, he would carry them safely across the turbulent ocean of life, guiding them to the ultimate shore of liberation and happiness. Remembering the Sadguru is the easiest way to navigate the challenges of life. Baba often said that if you look to him, he will look to you. This simple act of remembrance, of keeping his form in your mind and his name on your lips, is a powerful tool for calming the mind and solving problems. When faced with anxiety, fear, or confusion, turning one's thoughts to Sai Baba brings an immediate sense of relief and clarity. It is like having a constant, loving guide by your side, whispering words of encouragement and showing you the right way forward. This practice does not require any special time or place. It can be done anywhere, at any moment. Serving a great teacher like Sai Baba is not a burden, but a profound blessing. The service he asks for is not material, but spiritual. It is the service of following his teachings, to be kind, to speak the truth, to help others without expecting anything in return, and to see the divine in all. By living in this way, we are not only serving him, but we are also purifying our own hearts and minds. This path of selfless action and devotion gradually erodes the ego and fills our lives with a deep sense of purpose and joy. It is a path that transforms ordinary life into a beautiful act of worship. Ultimately, Sai Baba's message is one of hope and empowerment. He shows us that the journey to happiness and peace does not require us to renounce the world or perform extraordinary feats. It only requires a sincere heart, a little faith, and a willingness to be patient. Anyone, regardless of their circumstances, can walk this path. By simply remembering Sai Baba and trying to live by his values of love, unity, and service, we can experience his grace and guidance in our lives. This is the simple yet powerful legacy of the Saint of Shirdi, a timeless gift for all of humanity.